Hello everyone, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com, and it is Monday. What an exciting day it was for the gangsters as they gapped it down and didn't let us retail traders do nothing. We just had to sit here on our hind ends as we watched as the market just traded sideways all day, not giving us any bounce to get in. This is typical of the gangsters. They gap it down, they make all the money, and we sit there and don't make any money because we don't know whether to short or to go long. Of course, you can't see it here on the 60-minute, this daily chart, but you can certainly see it here on the 15 pretty well. Just down, sideways, down a little bit, back up, down, but nothing basically. Just garbage right here. You didn't want to take a short. You didn't want to go. I mean, you wanted to be here, but who was brave enough to go short with options? Because I play options, over the weekend and get that time decay. Not me, because you get it ripped right back on your face on a typical bullish Monday, but you just don't know. So while I thought we might bounce back up here and chop around in this area Monday, I really wasn't expecting this big of a move down. I thought maybe we might go back up here and touch it, then come down a little bit, and then back up into Tuesday. But so we gapped down, and then we formed this channel, as you can clearly see, the channel right here. And the most important thing is this 1312 is some major support here on the daily. As you can clearly see, it's the 100-day moving average. And you see what happened previously right here. It hit it, pierced through it, and then rallied right back past it. So you got to ask yourself, do you think the same thing is going to happen? Right now, I'm not so sure that the selling is over yet. I don't really think it is. I think we're going to go through this, but not tomorrow. I do think we're going to get a bounce. So while tomorrow morning might dip a little bit just to trap some more bears, I think it's going to turn and go back up, and we should rally for a few days. I don't know if we're going to break out of this channel or not, but that we'll just have to see. We go into Wednesday, and that's probably going to. I would be willing to guess that by Wednesday we're going to hit this. We're going to hit this line right here. That's my speculation, and at that point, it's going to leave everybody guessing into Thursday with the jobs report whether or not we're going to bust out of it and go back up, or if we're going to roll back over and go back down again and make one final low and continue down this 1294, maybe even go down to 1250 here. That's very possible. Right now you can clearly see the 60s moving up fast right here. It has not curled back up here on the MACD moving averages, but on the histogram bars it's curling back up. It's very much in bearish territory right here, and I think, again, before this thing is said and done, I think it's going to end up down here in this negative 7.5, negative 10 area. But I do think we're going to get a positive close tomorrow. It might just be a pause day, just a choppy day as it works its way up, then back down, works its way up, and then maybe rallies on Wednesday. It's very, very possible. But I still think it's going to end up positive. That's what I'm suspecting. And here, looking at this right here, giving us clues. You can see where we're at right here. We have not bottomed yet here to 20, but we are definitely going into bear territory. And right here, you can see where we did bottom. I think we're going to have something similar again. We're going to go down here and get down into this 20 territory. This was our first attempt where we rolled over. It looks very, very similar to right here, doesn't it? Okay. So I think that's probably going to be, it's going to crawl back up, make another attempt, hit the 50, then fail. So it's looking very, very similar, and the charts do support that. You look at it right here. Where were we? We were right around here. Here we're a little bit deeper, so that is a concern. Matching up this with about where we're at right in here, it would indicate that we have already hit this second peak and rolled over. But I'm not sure that that's the case. These charts, they're not exact, and the past moves are not always exact. And while this here shows the 2 tries around the 50, then a failure, we just got 1 try here, and now we've got a failure. So it's a tough call, but regardless, we should have a bounce, at least a 1 or 2 day bounce off this 100-day moving average. Not only do you got that as support, but you've got this center channel line right here too. That is your support line as well. So there should be some type of bounce tomorrow and into Wednesday, and then maybe possibly back test this 1325 area right here. But I think it should go through it again to hit the upside of the channel, which again would be right in this area. It depends on when it hits it. But I really think we're going to go back up here and try to hit that channel again. And so that means the 60 would work its way up tomorrow, get positive, and then continue into Wednesday and peak out. And the daily chart then at that point should try to put in, some higher bars, but continue down right here as it acts like it wants to curl up, but it doesn't. So when you get down at the very, very end, when you're getting into this very oversold territory, it's scary for the bears, because at any moment the gangsters can run this thing back up and turn it, and then they got a huge rally on their way because it's from oversold territory, and this thing could end up going positive and putting in a move up to that 1388 fake print. I don't know if that's the case yet or not. Right now, certainly we're looking for a big move to happen. You can see the ADX line is just buried down here, so this thing is indicating a big move is happening, getting ready to happen. You look at it here when we were here, and it actually from here straight down to here, the big move that happened, it curled from here and went up to here and bottom. So the big move that happened was obviously this down wave right here, this big down wave. But here we haven't really had the big move yet. As you can see, this whole move here is really comparable to this stuff right here, to basically to about this day right here before it fell off a cliff. If you look, and actually you can see where it's at, it's about 15 right there. We're even lower than that. We're like at 12 or something. So that leads you to believe that a big move is coming, as this thing should curl up and take either this positive or the negative with it. Now, which ones are going to be, I don't know. Either we're going to have a massive rally again up to that 1388, or we're going to dip down really hard and maybe go for this 1250, which by the time we get down there, this 200-day moving average will be there. It'll be a double bottom there. That'll be a great buying opportunity. And then maybe you go long into the later part of the year until you hit that 1388. That's a possibility. On the weekly chart, here's what you got to worry about, is that you're putting in a negative divergence. Here was your first move down, and then you come back up, and now we're trying our second move down on the weekly, and now you've got negative divergence. So it's 2 tries, and it's down, and you can see it's still pointing down, and it's certainly not gaining strength on the bull side. It's losing strength, and you can see that again right here. That was that first leg down. It hit the 20 moving average here. And we're doing the same thing here, hitting the 20 moving average. So this is our second hit. Actually, well, you tagged it there. It's our third hit of it. So third time's a charm. Do we bust through it this time? Usually you hit a line twice in that close a time period. You should bounce the second time, which we did. But the third time, that's why they say there's no triple tops or no triple bottoms. And it's because they generally fail. They either go through them on the upside if it's triple top, or they fail and they fall through them on the downside. So that would indicate that by Thursday or Friday, we roll over and really go down through that really hard. And we're in the area to where we could crash. We're certainly in that zone because there's still no capitulation. There's no massive volume of selling, panic volume. It's just not there yet. So we've had a big move down, but nobody seems to be panicking yet. They don't seem to care. So it's like, well, okay, until you panic, it's gonna drop like a rock. So that's what leads me to believe that we're still going to have some type of pause type day tomorrow, flat day, just slightly up, and then more of a follow through rally on Wednesday, and then at that point we'll relook at the charts. But at that point, if it's going to play out like I think it's going to play out, then we'll have that next leg down on Thursday and Friday and really tank hard. Unless they really reverse these charts up. So we have to see the strength of the rally, okay? But that's that on the weekly. You can see right here also negative divergence. You can see it's pretty strong right there, way above 70 for this first leg down, and it moved down and it hit here. Then it come back up, and now it got resisted at the 70. Now it's working its way down, and so it's still not in bear territory yet. Ironically, it's sitting at 56, just right above 50, so it's still bullish at that point. But if it'll ever break this line right here, buddy, we're going down for quite a ways, and we're doing one of these numbers right here. So, but I don't think we're quite there yet. Other indications saying that we'll probably go down some more after this runs up here and resets itself into Tuesday and Wednesday, and possibly puts in a negative divergence. The other thing I'm looking at here is the dollar. The dollar here tagged the 20 period moving average on the weekly to the T, backed off of it from a little bit today. I don't know if it's going to push through it this week or not. Possibly it doesn't. If we look back at other times when it hit it, look what happened. It hit it here and closed positive, but did not pierce through it that week. It went the next week and it pierced through it, then it failed. So looking at it again, let's see here, it really didn't touch it. Going back here to here, you can see on the 1-2 positive closes, it hit it that week, then closed below it, then the next week it went up. So that would indicate that the next week would be the big move down, which could happen. But right now it's looking bullish on the dollar, and of course the dollar is opposite of the market. If the dollar goes up, the market goes down. So we still are looking like we're going up. We got positive divergence on it. We're moving up here. But as for tomorrow and Wednesday, you know, this thing could pause. This thing could pause and pull back a little bit, especially when you look at the daily. Look at the daily right here. You can see the daily is pushing up. Okay, it did curl up. And look at the big move it had. It had a 2 big bar move up. Okay, it's also come in right into this resistance area right across here. If you draw a line right there, and you have an inverted head and shoulder here, with this being the head, this being the left shoulder, this being the right shoulder. The very first hit of this line right here, it may not make it through, so that would indicate it backs off a couple of days and just trade sideways, maybe slightly down, similar to what it did here. Put in a bull flag before it goes through it, and it goes up here to this 78 level, and that would match up perfectly again with the weekly. Right around there, it's 79 there, but by the time it gets there, it might dip down to the 78 or something. So that is the possibility here. So what I'm looking for this to do is to finally work its way up here to above 0.5, maybe to 0.7. I don't know if it's going to get to 1.0 or not. That'd be pretty strong, but it's possible. It's possible it could do that. But as for tomorrow, this is just another reason I'm looking for this to pause, is because it's hitting resistance here, and it took a big move up here today. So, and we had a big move down in the market. So it stands to reason you'd have a couple pause days, but you give the market a chance to rally up a little bit, and then plus you got the 100 moving average here. You've got the channel line. This all spells to me a slight rally. How high it goes is another story. I don't think it's going to get through this channel. I really don't. If it does, okay, then we're going to look for, 1350, 1359 right there, 1360. If it goes through that, then we're going for the wave 5 up. But I don't we'll have to play that when we get it. I don't think it's going to get to that point yet. So tomorrow, it's going to be a little choppy. This should go up, roll back down as it tries to work its way, then maybe put in positive divergence as it works its way up, given the 60. Time for it to work its way up to get up here and to get overbought by Wednesday, and then for it to probably roll over and tank on Thursday. So this obviously is pointing down on the 15, so you kind of expect this to work its way down and back up throughout the day. So it should be choppy tomorrow, work its way up and down, put in positive divergence, but you really would like to see this run back up here and retrace this line right here and hit this falling trend line. Here it's coming in boom, boom, boom around by the time, about around 1330. So 1330 is going to be a big resistance line. If it gets through that, then we're going to that. So and then after that, folks, we're looking at a possible, again, a couple days up, depending on how strong it is, and then a collapse on Thursday and Friday. Now, if they manage to roll this back up again, they manage to roll this back up and this curls back up and really starts to get some momentum and bottoms here and really shows that it's bottoming, then I would say we're going to go on up to the 1388. But I don't see signs of that yet. I don't see signs of that, and the primary reason is the dollar. We're going to have to keep your eye on the dollar. I think it's going to this 78. That's going to put all kinds of pressure on the market. If we see this back down a little bit in a bear flag or trade sideways a little bit in a bear flag, I'm sorry, bull flag, bear flag for the market, then you can expect this to continue up. So that's the key. And again, we don't know if it's going to happen this week or not, push through it this week, because the dollar is tagging that 20 period moving average. And last time it tagged it did it the following week before it finally pierced through it. So that is obviously something to keep your eye on. Doesn't mean it can't pierce through it, but you just don't know on the first try or not whether or not it's going to pierce through it or not. So let's see what else here. Okay, this is the channel, as you can see, and again, same kind of scenario. We've hit this this green channel here on the Bollinger Bands. As you can see, we pierced through them. That's another reason to indicate that you usually would have some type of up move after that. Silver is still a concern. At some point we should have a move up here to this 38, and we're just not getting it right now because the daily is just trading sideways, but it is holding its own. So while this whole move down and sideways consolidation on a weekly pattern looks bearish, on a short-term daily pattern like what we're looking at here, you've got it putting in a double bottom here, here, and here, and then you've got a big up move, sideways consolidation. So not a big up move, but from the low there up to here, that's a 2-point move. And so that's kind of a bull flag. So that would kind of indicate it would move back up to as high as 38 at some point. Not yet, though. Here's the problem. If this thing moves up here and gets into overbought territory and it trades sideways, that's a bear flag. That means it's going to fall, folks. And it's still in major bear territory. So while we're looking for a bounce on silver, which would cause the dollar obviously to go down, it's not here yet. The dollar is the king. The dollar's ruling the roost right now, right here. The dollar's ruling the roost. Whatever it does, the market does the opposite. So if we see this trading sideways tomorrow, we might get a bounce in the market, which I am expecting, and then another move up. And when it finally hits this, it'll be time to go long the market. And I just think that that's going to be the case. So that leads me to believe that we very well could have a crash on Thursday or Friday of this week. So let's just see how strong the markets are, folks, and good luck. And I wish you guys would post some more on the market. I mean, on my blog. It seems like I'm talking to myself. I even did an intraday chart for you guys right here. Cheese Go, thank you for stopping by and posting. You know. So anyway, that's it, gang. Good luck, and I will see you on the blog.